Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. So, how are y'all doing? How was your weekend? That's good. I'm happy to hear that. So, today I want to talk to you about the narcissist and empath dynamic. Because, yes, there is a dynamic. Okay, narcissists, they can't thrive and live in their full glory without us empaths. You know, we feed their fire. We're the fuel to their fire. We are the reason, part of the reason why they do what they do, because they need somebody to entertain that shit, basically, you know, for lack of better words. And us being empaths, because a lot of people are empaths like myself, and we feel people. And a lot of times, if you know a narcissist, they're hurting on the inside. Most people who are narcissists have unhealed issues, a lot of times childhood issues, whether it's lack of attention as a child or whatever the fuck it is, or lack of attention growing up with peers and stuff, is something that causes that narcissism. So they're hurting on the inside and they are unhealed. And when they are unhealed, you know, they act out. People act out in different ways. Acting out is not always like how some kids do, where you throw a temper tantrum and whatnot. Acting out sometimes is the mental manipulation that narcissists do just to, you know, feel more loved. The lack of giving you attention, so you're over giving, you know, knowing, okay, they're hurt, they're going through stuff, or I really love that person and I want to show them my affection. You know, that's manipulation. Those are the things that they do. And a lot of times it comes from a hurt place. And you know, there's a saying, hurt people, right? That saying is very real and is very true. And I'm quite sure everybody has experienced it in some way, shape, point, or form in their life. And 9 times out of 10, you experienced it from a narcissist. Narcissists don't have to be men. There are female narcissists. Don't believe the hype, okay, ladies? I know we love throwing those stones at men saying, oh, you're a narcissist, but sometimes you need to look at yourself, sis. Sometimes you do. There are female narcissists as well, because I was well on my way to being a narcissist when I was younger. I was highly self-centered, but I was aware of it and I caught myself. And that is the thing. Just because you're a narcissist, that doesn't mean you have to stay one. Once you heal and you realize that the ways that you seek attention from others is not healthy, and it can be considered manipulation of some form in an unhealthy way, you change yourself. You're never too old to change, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you are never, ever, 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 ever too old to change. And if anybody tells you that shit, they're not for you. They don't believe in you, they're not for you. I don't care if you're 555 years old. If you ready to change some shit, you ready to fucking change. That's the first day you want to eat a salad, eat a fucking salad. It's never too late. Never. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And empaths, we have to learn as empaths, when you are an empath, you have to learn, first of all, that you are susceptible to taking people's hurt. So when you meet people who are hurt and they act out in an unhealthy way to get your attention or to manipulate feelings from you unnecessarily, and they don't reciprocate those feelings back, you have to understand that you have to set healthy boundaries for yourself. And when I say healthy boundaries, I don't just mean just physical boundaries. I mean emotional boundaries and physical boundaries as well, because you can't keep giving your energy to somebody and not receiving the same thing back in return. That there's no balance in that. That's unhealthy, and that will cause you to be out of alignment. And that's not what we want, right? We want to achieve balance, yin and yang. You have to have a balance of light and dark within yourself. You can't just put your everything into something that's not pouring back into you. Where's the reciprocity? Where is it? So empaths, you have to put up healthy boundaries with people. You have to learn how to control those feelings. You have to learn not to give into an empty well where you're not going to get anything back. Your wishes are not going to be fulfilled. You have to realize that. Alrighty? And you have to be strong enough. Sometimes people don't realize the flaws in themselves. That's something we also need to realize as well, people. Okay? Sometimes people do not realize that they are narcissists. Sometimes people do not realize that. And when somebody is a narcissist, they become an energy vampire. They drain you. They drain your energy because you're giving to that person and you're not receiving back in kind. It's not balanced, right? And sometimes people don't realize that because that might be their environment. They might be surrounded by fucking narcissists. Shit. Birds of feathers stick together. You know what I mean? Honestly, when they come around somebody who is healthy, they might not know what to do with that. They might not recognize that. They may abuse that. They may abuse that because they're so used to the other people around them keeping emotions, positive, healthy emotions to themselves because they're narcissists as well, that when they get around somebody who freely gives their emotions and their love, they overtake advantage of it. So sometimes you have to make it aware to that person, and you don't always have to do it in a mean way. You don't always have to do it in a harsh way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You know that. And I know I'm like cliche queen and shit, but I'm saying, you know, what's that saying? You get more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. Is that the saying? It's very true. It's facts. It's facts. If you're trying to help somebody, then people, we need to learn and understand truly what constructive criticism is. People are too sensitive out here nowadays. Way too sensitive. And it's really unfucking necessary, because how do you expect to build anything? How do you expect to reap positive, productive change from things if you're sensitive as fuck and you can't handle constructive criticism? If something in you needs to be improved, if you are displaying narcissistic traits or tendencies and someone makes you aware of it, then it would behoove you, for the betterment of yourself, to make the necessary changes in order to become a better person, because that is also how you attract more abundance and happiness to yourself into your life and to those around you as well. You know, it works hand in hand. You need that balance. You need that balance. You need that reciprocity. Being a narcissist is not healthy. It's not healthy because there's no reciprocity at all. And it's going to affect you some type of way. And empaths, being somebody's fucking emotional bank, especially if they're an energy vampire, being their energy bank, that's no bueno either, because you're just harming yourself. Because once you're drained, you know what a narcissist does? Once they drain you, they move on to someone else, because you have nothing to give them. You have no more attention to give them, nothing to feed their ego or their emotions. So they're going to move on. And where does that leave you? Emotionally drained, empty, depleted, hurt, broken, right? We don't want that. We are too old for that, ladies and gentlemen, because fellas, there's a lot of you guys as well who wear your hearts on your sleeves and put your all into narcissist women and fuck girls. Yes, and you know, fuck girls be the worst, but y'all love them. Y'all love them. You know, I don't fault y'all. You know, I love me a good fuck boy every now and again too, or at least I used to. Not anymore. We're grown now. We can't do that no more, guys. We can't do that. Alrighty, we can't do that. We have to change that dynamic, because you always see that, especially in relationships. I see that a lot, so much in relationships, especially I see that a lot in relationships with young girls, and I see that a lot in relationships with really old couples, especially foreign couples, okay? Because there's this mindset to where they feel like they have to feed the ego of the male most of the time to the household, and it's narcissistic in a way, you know, and they just get away with not reciprocating in the family, so there's no balance, and the wife will be drained, holding on, doing everything, while the narcissist really only cares about themselves. And that dynamic has to change. That family dynamic has to change, because we have to be aware of what we're raising now. The children that we are raising are attracting narcissists as well. And we can't tell them, hey, don't do that. I want better for you, X, Y, and Z, when all they have seen is you being the empath or the victim in a relationship, or you being the narcissist in relationships with people. Okay, you have to learn to practice what you preach. You have to. Stop being so sensitive when you're made aware of things. Sometimes people, we are not aware of things, or we're not made aware of things until later on in life. And that's just how it goes. And it's a reason for that. It's because it's certain experiences and lessons that we had to learn while we were being a narcissist, or while we were being narcissist bait, or whatever the fuck. Most times, people, you're going to be on both sides of the scale in life, because that's how you learn balance. Real shit. You're going to experience both sides. But we have to experience those things in order to gain that knowledge and that experience to know what to deal with, what not to deal with, how to heal, how to help others heal, so that we can just make a whole better world, period. Period. A whole better fucking place. Because we're in shambles right now. We really are, people. The world is in shambles because everybody's a narcissist or a over empath that don't know how to control that shit and has no boundaries, is oversensitive. We have to find that balance, guys. There has to be that balance. You know, so I'm just going to put that thought, stick that flavor in your ear right quick about that dynamic, because it needs to change. And how it can change, as I said before, is healthy boundaries. For empaths, you have to establish healthy boundaries for yourselves. And you have to establish healthy boundaries for others around you, the people that you deal with and you interact with. If you give something to someone, or you offer something to someone, if you offer friendship to someone and they don't offer it back, you know there's not going to be balance in that relationship. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you offer the things that you expect in a relationship to someone and they don't give you those things back in return, you know there's not going to be any balance in the relationship. Okay? If once you make that person aware of it, okay, and what you want and what you will not settle for, you establish those healthy boundaries. If they cater to those and understand, and you guys can come to like some harmonious agreement, some kind of compromise that works for the both of you, that's fine. If not, you need to move the fuck on. Period. Don't waste your time once you realize that it's not going to change, because it'll be your time wasted. That narcissist is still going to get what the fuck they want, which is your good energy, your good vibes, all your fucking feng shui. And then you're going to be the one drained and fucked up, and they're going to move on. You're going to be tired, probably been emotionally eaten and shit, so you're going to be extra fat. The narcissist is still going to look good, by the way, because they're all into themselves. And then when they move on, you're going to feel like nobody's going to want you, because you've been taking all of that verbal abuse, all of that emotional abuse, all that mental abuse, because that is abuse. That is abuse. That is a form of abuse. You don't have to get your ass beat to be abused, okay? When you're taking all of that, so now your state of mind and your mental is broken down. Now you look at yourself the way that that person looked at you, or the way that person told you look. That's how you view yourself now. So now that person has moved on, and you feel like nobody wants you because you look the way this narcissist said, or you took all that mental abuse, that manipulation, so your mind is fucked up, you're back and forth, you can't make good decisions and shit, all fucked up. Who needs that? Not you guys. Not you guys. I love y'all, not y'all. Y'all don't need that shit. And if you were taking that shit, you don't need it anymore. You don't need it anymore, damn it. Empress Oracle said it. You don't need it anymore. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Take that to the bank and cash it, okay? So you set those healthy boundaries. Set those healthy boundaries. And narcissists, how you can change is, if you already know you're a narcissist, because a lot of times once you're a certain age, you fucking know. You know. You know what you are. Whether you admit it to people or not, on the inside, you know. So if you know you're a narcissist and you're aware of it, just think of the things that you do, why you're a narcissist. Okay? Think of the things that you do that people point out to you that can be considered narcissistic. And you know what it is. People probably will be like, damn, you don't never give a fuck about nobody but yourself. Do you? People might make comments like that to you all the time or whatever, or you might always make statements. You know you're a narcissist, damn it. Okay? Think about how the fuck you can change that shit. Think about how you can change it. If you don't know how, ask people. Ask people around you that's close that you know will be honest. Take that constructive criticism, and when that constructive criticism is given, ask as well, what do you think I can do to fix it? What do you think would help? X, Y, and Z. And then once they give you their constructive criticism, you can take it, you can look at it. If you agree with it, you can take it, or if it's only certain parts you agree, you can take certain parts from it and get your own ideas and put together and fix yourself. You can find help books, manuals, YouTube, all kinds of shit to be a better fucking person. It's out there if you really want it. And you should. You should. At this day and age, you should. I mean, shit. Where the fuck is being a narcissist getting people nowadays? Nowhere. Exactly. You're right. I was hoping somebody else would say it besides me, you know? But yeah. So establish those boundaries and change yourself. Fix yourself. It's never too late. And if at first you don't succeed, try again, okay? Because I know people, when you're selfish and you're all about you, it feels good and you get used to it. However, once you realize it's not really working for you and you can't maintain healthy relationships, you keep going through the same shit, same with different people, different cycles, it's time to change, guys. It's time to change. Just saying. You know? So those are my pearls. And I really, really, really hope that they were helpful to you guys, okay? So that you understand the dynamic. Now, hopefully you're aware of whatever side of the spectrum that you are on, and it is okay. If you are on either side, it is okay, because that is a part of everyone's life journey, to experience both sides of the spectrum in order to take the good from both sides, bring them together, and achieve balance. Alrighty? So you are halfway there. And good luck. I wish you guys all the best and congratulations, okay? I love you guys. Also, while we're here, don't forget, Empress Oracle Spiritual Boutique is open. It is up and running, and I would just love it if you guys would just mosey on over there and take a look and see what items that I have for you guys. You know, right now we have all types of crystals available for grounding, healing, mental ailments, all types of things, because crystals have a plethora of uses. I also have incense, baths, oils, all types of things to cater to your spiritual needs, and there will also be more things coming. So go ahead and check me out at www.empressoracle333.com. Okay? You guys be blessed.